Welcome back to Monophonic Lab on this Fender Bassman video. After submit the amplifier to our quality control, we found one more problem. Seems like it's not a problem that happens in the beginning and it must wait for the temperature. The first thing to do is watch the signal at the input of the phase splitter. If the problem is spotted there, it should be around the preamplifier area. As you've seen, the crack is made and we cannot see it at the signal. Now let's see the signal of the power tube grids. So what we see there is very big and hard clipping, and the sparks that we listen are watched at the oscilloscope. And for the other power tube, we see a little bit of sparks, but not like the other bulb. The preamp tubes are tungsten as the power tubes, so they seem to have been replaced sometime. The phase splitter is still a Fender gift tubes, that I think this stock valve for this amplifier. It might be the source of failure. It seems to be the oldest tube of all. Before replacing it, let's see if it is a temperature dependent problem or not, just to have more info. Let's see what happens with the power tube grid, where we saw the sparks just when turning up the standby switch. It seems that the sparks are not seen. One or 2 minutes after turning on the standby switch, the problem is not spotted. Let's see how much time we have to wait for watching the problem back again. 5 minutes after turning on the standby switch, the problem has appeared now. At this point, the first thing to do is to replace the suspicious bad tube by a new one and see if the problem happens again. With a brand new tube, we still have that problem. The problem persists after replacing the phase splitter tube. The fact of being a temperature dependent problem makes me suspect about the coupling caps from the phase splitter to the power tubes. Before getting in trouble with the coupling caps, because we have to bring out all the board, I want to make sure that there is no tube failure. As the problem happened just in one of the two power tubes, it might be one of these power tubes who's bad. What I am gonna do is invert the position of those and see the signal of the same point that we were watching the failure. If we hear the failure but we don't see it, it's a bad tube. But if we hear the failure and we still see it, it's a circuit or an independent from the power tubes problem. Now the tubes are in a different position from the last time. Let's see if the problem is still there. After swapping the power tubes, we listen the problem but we don't see it. And what's in the signal of the other power tube? It's clearly spotted, so it's a bad tube. After replacing the power tubes, there are no more problems, and even waiting half hour after turning on the standby.